spends a long time in barrels and takes some almost exotic sort of spice, like sort of cumin, sort of like from the American oak, and actually that helps. It almost gives an impression of richness and sweetness in the mouth. It's not real sweetness, but it sort of fills out the mouth a bit more, and which is very good at combating the sort of slightly saltier flavours from the food. Okay, the next wine is the Palo Cortado. This strange, unusual, some say enchanted thing. Is it an accident? Is it deliberate? Well, no, it is deliberate. It's a deliberate decision to make a certain blend. This Palo Cortado, in fact, they bought a Solera, an 1860 Solera, and this Palo Cortado has some 1860 wine in it, and it starts off as effectively being made as a sort of Fino or Amontillado, so it spends half its time aged under the yeast floor, and then when the yeast floor is all sort of exhausted and used, then it is aged in contact with oxygen in barrels. So the average age of the wine is over 15 years. So obviously there's much older wine in it, and then there's some younger wine as well. And taste it again. It's a very rich style because of the average age is quite old. I think when I first tasted this about a year ago, I thought, it really reminds me of Lafroig or Lagavulin, like one of his Irish whiskies. It has incredible saltiness, almost like peaty saltiness, iodine sort of notes to it, and it's very medicinal. And I think it's going to gain. We'll see about the next course. We've got anchovies in it, so anchovies again, sort of, other salty anchovies with saltiness, sort of like too much for the palate, or is there something else? Is there a venosity in the wine which will actually sort of wrap around the anchovies and all the rest of the flavours? Bruce, when he tasted it, said he also, the reason why he added oranges is because he actually thought it had quite a sort of citrusy note as well, which sort of finished the wine off. But again, I think that's because of the extraordinary high acidity in this wine. So you have the acidity, basically, so it's think of it as like half Fino, half oxidative style, and the sort of Fino gives it the freshness underpinning the wine, and the sort of oxidative style gives it the complexity, the mouth-filling quality that it has.
Whiskey comparisons.
Yes, it is actually. Quite said that there's definitely that connection, and also that whole length.
Yes.
The long
Yeah.
whiskey has is that.
So Palo Cortado was made in the Solera system
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
Is it made only with?
It's a question of whether it becomes Palo Cortado or whether its decision time starts very early. So what they do is they try to predict how a wine will develop. Is it, should it sort of start off as Fino and then sort of like then behave, then they treat it as an Amontillado after a certain time. So it's how different. Basically, this is made in the style of Hidalgo. I don't know that every single bodega sort of makes a Palo Cortado in the same way.
I thought it was a sort of a freak that they nurtured.
I think it's probably because there's so much of it in the marketplace, and I think people have to.
Oh, actually,
Yes,
great.
but some people, there are some rather heavy-handed ones. And I was just smelling it because it's supposed to have lactic. It's supposed to have a kind of morphine lactic note, apparently. And I'm terrible at spotting whether it's Palo Cortado or not. But maybe I can convince myself now if I can find it.
There are some commercial Palo Cortados available on the market which have been added, PX has been
That's
added,
right, yeah.
which gives it more richness, but then I think it's that richness and sweetness.
Yes, I don't mind that in some ways, because some are very harsh, aren't they?
Yeah.
Almost unpalatable, but very interesting.
Yeah.
You can't imagine yourself drinking a glass, so the PX does sort of
Soften it, yes.
soften it.
Yeah. But I think that would be